as many couples as you may know who seem to be the perfect couple, you've never seen them argue, fight, and they always are smiling and are wonderful together. They may exist, however, they are not a perfect couple. No couple is a perfect couple, or no couple is the perfect couple. Why do I say that? Because we live in a fallen state of sin. So the only perfect couple that have ever existed, that couple is Adam and Eve before sin. Before sin, they lived in the perfected state, and they lived after the purpose of God in a perfect way. There's your perfect couple. Outside of them, we are all striving. Blessings abound. When you look at creation, for example, the sun operates in perfect obedience to God. The sun is still sunning. The moon, the stars, the same thing. However, when we look at the earth had a different mandate, because the earth would birth forth or bring forth man. Man was made from the dust on the ground that was watered by the mist. So this means that there was a different purpose. The earth is still earthing, but the purpose is different. The sun has never changed. The earth has changed. And yet each of us who came from the dust and will return to the dust one day have a specific mandate that we must choose. The sun makes no choice. The moon makes no choice. Thus, from the earth, we make a choice every day, whether to live in perfect obedience after God. Blessings abound. God told us in His Word that He placed generations in the sun, in the moon, in the earth. In other words, when God creates a thing, He knows the end of the thing from the beginning. And this is comforting to know and to understand that even when God created the earth and man was made from the dust of the ground, that when man was formed, God had already created in that man all the generations. So God knows you because He formed you in the beginning, and He already knows what your end shall be. It's your choice. God knows. Blessings abound. God dealt with the fruit of the earth, mankind, differently than He dealt with everything else. How can we say that? Because when it came to humanity, Adam, humanity, God breathed into humanity the essence of who He is. That's why mankind are always searching for a higher power, because their very breath came from God Himself. And so we're constantly looking to honor, serve, and worship something outside of ourselves. Well, the true answer is to worship the one that made you. Worship God. Seek God, His kingdom, and the rest of your life will unfold as God has designed it to unfold. Blessings abound. It's amazing to think of it, that God began humanity with one man, Adam, the genus species of humanity, Adam. And in Adam was the DNA for all of mankind. So as long as Adam never sinned, mankind never sinned. That's why it was when Adam sinned, humanity therefore sinned. Because we are all from Adam. We are from our earthly father, Adam. All the generations were in Adam. That's you and me and our seed to be. Blessings abound. God makes Adam. God places in Adam the generations to come. Well, the question is, how are these generations going to be revealed? God pulls out the answer. God takes a rib from Adam, Selah, and this structured rib, this beam of a building called a woman, is the partner, the helpmeet that will actually help to bring about the purpose that God instituted. There are generations that must come forth, and they only can come forth through them, Adam, them, male and female, to create little thams. This is why God can never be in support of abortion. Why will God abort that which he permitted to live? God believes in life because God breathed life in the beginning. Blessings abound. So Adam is looking around at Mr. and Mrs. Horse, Mr. and Mrs. Frog. He's seeing all this partnership and there being production. God needed to build up a longing within Adam, humanity, through this first man, male, to desire to do the same thing. What was the legitimate way that God chose? That there would be a female Adam, a woman, and with the man and the woman, with the male and the female, when they get together, they produce the next generation, the thams that will worship God. That's why the only legitimate union is between a male and a female, because of purpose. It's God's purpose that they be fruitful and multiply. That's the original intent, and it's the only thing that God will receive back to himself. Blessings abound. It's beautiful to recognize that when God created the female and he brings the female to the male, that Adam never recognizes that, hey, I had a cut and that's where my pain came from. No. She's his rib, his side piece. That's the only legal side piece. It's a man's rib, his wife. And the beautiful thing here is that Adam felt no pain from the God cut. When God opens you up to release your purpose, there's no pain in that cut. Now life will be lifing and the journey may get tedious. However, the original cut to birth forth the purpose of God for your life carries no pain. There was no sin, so there will be no pain. Blessings abound. Adam and Eve in the beginning, they were naked and not ashamed. There was no shame. Why was there no shame? Because there was no sin. They were on point. They were walking in purpose. God was coming down and communing with them. It was wonderful. There was no need for shame. You know when shame appears? When there is sin. And sin should bring shame. That hopefully we will be shamed to running back to the presence of God. In the presence of God, no shame. We can be naked. How about that? And not ashamed. Blessings abound. Please note that when God produces, forms the female of the male or the woman of the man, there's not given any types of rule and order and discipline as far as the relationship. There was genuine equality of purpose. Why? Because there was no sin. As long as no sin is there, there is no separation of purpose and duty, and there is no dominance. The only dominant factor is our sovereign God. When sin steps in, the situation changes. Until then, God's will is that the man and the woman both have equal dominance, order, structure, and purpose. Blessings abound.